and welcome to the channel Autumn's Booktique. I'm Autumn and this is going to be my Pride Month 24-hour readathon. Me and my friend Jeannelle, we decided to do another 24-hour readathon together for Pride Month specifically. So we're just gonna read a bunch of LGBTQI+ books within the next 24 hours and I'm so excited. I don't have a specific TBR for this just because I have so many books that I want to read that I'm just gonna kind of like pick up whatever feels right. I'm gonna start because it's 6 p.m. here for me, so I'm eating dinner, and while I eat dinner I'm gonna start with the audiobook for Darius the Great Is Not Okay by Adib Khorram, I think. I'm pretty sure this is a male-male relationship. I'm pretty sure it's a gay relationship. I really hope so. I know on Goodreads it's marked under the LGBTQ like tab, so that's why I picked this one up. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the audiobook for that. And yeah, I'm just gonna see where this 24-hour takes me. So I'll be updating periodically throughout, obviously. So yeah, I'll see you in a minute. Hello, it is 9 p.m. and I just finished Darius the Great Is Not Okay by Adib Khorram. Absolutely amazing. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 stars. It was so wonderful and I literally could not stop crying towards the end of it. It was just so amazing. And I really want to listen to the sequel, Darius the Great Deserves Better. Because I think that focuses more on his relationship, but I can't find it on my library and my Scribd account is not working at all, which is making me angry. So I don't think I'm going to be able to read that at any point within the next 24 hours, although I am going to keep looking because I really do want to read that, because this was absolutely amazing. 5 stars, by the way, absolutely amazing. And I really want to read the sequel. This book definitely, it focused mostly on the mental health aspect of it all. And it barely towed into, like Darius's, like, relationship and, like, that kind of aspect. But it was so good. It was so good. So let me, like, explain briefly what it's about. So we followed Darius, who is Iranian American, and his family decides to move to Iran to visit his dying grandfather. And in Iran he makes friends with Sorab, who is like the neighbor boy. And it was just so beautiful. Darius has clinical depression, so we watch him deal with that throughout the book. And it was just so good. It was so good. I really do want to read the sequel because because I'm pretty sure that touches in more on his, on him coming out and his like relationship. Cause I think I'm pretty sure he has a boyfriend in the sequel. I'm pretty sure. Absolute perfection though. Literally so amazing. I think I'm gonna choose another audiobook right now just because like my eyes hurt. And I think trying to like sit down and physically read would just like not help that. I have several audiobooks from my library. Hold on. So I have They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. I have King and the Dragonflies by Kaysen Callender. George by Alex Gino. In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado, I believe. I have a couple other audiobooks elsewhere, I think. Honestly, okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna pick up George next. I'll put a little cover of it right here, because I believe it's about a transgender child, I think, a transgender child. Yes. When people look at George, they think they see a boy, but she knows she's not a boy. She knows she's a girl. George thinks she'll have to keep this a secret forever. Then her teacher announces that their class play is going to be Charlotte's Web. George really, really, really wants to play Charlotte, but the teacher says she can't even try out for the part because she's a boy. This is only 3 hours, and I listened to it to audiobooks on 3 times speed, so I'll be done with that within an hour. So I think it's gonna be like a very quick read, and I think this is middle grade. I'm like 98% sure it's middle grade. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna pick up this one right now, just to kind of like, yep. And I will update you in a little while. Bye for now. Hello, so update time. I have finished George by Alex Jeannelle, and I really liked it. I thought it was really, really good, and it was just a really, really cute, sweet, fast story. I did have to like keep reminding myself that this is not that book was not meant for someone my age reading it. It was like, it's about a 10-year-old, and it's a middle grade book, so it is a younger read. And like, I feel like the thing that confused me the most was that like sometimes this 10-year-old would like act like an adult. So I'd be like, oh, but she's 10, so you have to like, I don't know. It was good. I think it's definitely a 4-star. It was so good. But there were like moments where it's like, you know. But yeah, and then I've literally spent like the last like hour trying to figure out what to pick up next, because there are just so many books I want to read for this readathon. So many, and I can't pick one. Like, I'm so indecisive of what to read next, and I wasted like an hour trying to figure out something. So it is now 11 p.m. I am still very unsure. I think I'm gonna pick up another audiobook. I have the e-book for Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Barron, which I have read over halfway of it, because a while ago, before the book even came out, I got the e-arc from NetGalley, and I had read up to a little bit over halfway before I got kicked out of that account. And then when I made my new account, the book was already out, so I didn't get a chance to like request that book again. So I've read half of the book and I haven't been able to finish, but I do have the ebook for it, so I think I might pick that up, because I feel like I could just like skim the first half, because I remember everything that happens in the book. So I think that could be a really, really quick read for me. But I don't really know if I'm in the mood for to sit down and physically read something. Like, my eyes are still very much like very exhausted. Like my mind is very exhausted, and I feel like audiobooks are helping me like stay awake and like connected to the book, you know. So I think I might pick up another audiobook. But then I don't know what audiobook to choose at all. I have so many that I want to read, and I have like no idea what to choose. I don't know. But I think I'm gonna go make some popcorn and have like a little late night snack to keep me energized, and then pick out an audiobook and then start reading something. And then I think I might, so my goal is to get like a chunk of the way through whatever audiobook I pick, and then I'm gonna settle down and skim through the part of Cinderella is Dead that I've already read before falling asleep. That's my ultimate goal. Granted, I don't think I'm gonna accomplish all of that, so yep, we will see, and I will update you in a little bit. Bye for now. Hello, good morning. So it is the next day, and yeah, I have some updates for you. Okay, so last night I ended up going to bed at 2 a.m. and then I woke up originally at 5, but then I fell back asleep, and I didn't wake up again until like 6:30, and then I didn't start reading until 6:40. It is now almost 8:30. It's a little before that, and yeah, I've got some updates. So yesterday I started the my audiobook for Out of Character by Annabeth Albert. I have the advanced reader copy of the audiobook from NetGalley. I just got it the other day and I was like, yeah, why not? I feel like it'll be a quick read. And we follow Jasper and Milo, and they used to be best friends in like grade school, like in elementary school. And then Milo got popular. He got on the baseball team and he became a jock and, you know, started bullying Jasper because Jasper was openly gay. Like this was in high school when they like had their falling out. And granted, Milo never actually outright bullied Jasper, but his friends did, and he like did absolutely nothing to stop them. So he was a bully by default. And then so now we're like flash forward into the future, or I guess in the present, and Milo needs Jasper's help because Jasper is like this big like game nerd, and Milo like, so there's this like game within this book and it's called like Odyssey, and it's like a card game. It kind of, I've never once played Pokemon, but it kind of reminds me of Pokemon, how they're like cards and you can like trade cards, but then there's also like it's like almost like a D&D aspect to the game. I don't really know if that's a good way of explaining it, but I feel like it's Dungeons and Dragons mixed with Pokemon. If that, like, granted, I've never played either game, so I don't know if that attests well. But this is actually the second book in the series, and I didn't read the first book. Granted, they're like standalones. They both follow different characters, but I feel like I would get more background on the game if I had read the first book. So I feel like there's a little part of that I'm like disconnected to. Granted, I still like understand what's happening. But basically Milo gambles away his older brother's like super rare pack of cards, and then Jasper is helping him get those cards back. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not loving it too much. I mean, it's enjoyable and I wouldn't still be reading it if I didn't like, if like there wasn't a part of it that I liked, you know, but like I don't really like the relationship between Jasper and Milo. I like the two characters separately, but together I feel like they don't really have, like, connection, you know? Like, I feel like it's all just, like, being told that, like, they like each other rather than, like, being shown it. I don't know. Maybe that's just my perspective, but yeah, it's just me. Like, it's fine, you know, just fine. I am 60.8% of the way through, and I have about 3 hours and 54 minutes left, but I'm listening to it on 2x speed. Oh, also another thing I want to touch on, I wish I didn't have the audiobook for this, because it's dual perspective. One chapter will be a Milo chapter, the next chapter will be a Jasper chapter, and I like the voice actor for Milo. I like how he reads those chapters, but the guy who reads for Jasper just, like, really irritates me. Like, I don't know what it is, but, like, just I don't know. So I feel like that's also kind of, like, making me not love this book, but I'm flying through it, so I mean, that's all that matters. I listened to about, like, I don't know, I'd say like an hour and a half so far this morning, because I'm pretty sure I was on 53% when I woke up, and I'm on 60%, although I could be wrong. That could be not correct. But yeah, and then also last night I started Cinderella is Dead, like I said I would, but granted I only got 27 pages in before I just completely conked out. But it's fine, because, like, I feel like I can get to at least the 100-page mark pretty quickly, because, like I said, I'm just skimming through this because it's stuff I've already read this all so far. So I think I can get, like, halfway through decently quickly. So I think I'm gonna actually pause on listening to my audiobook and physically read some, and then I don't know. I'm kind of, like, stressing out right now because I have so many books that I want to read, but I don't have that many audiobooks. And I want to film my July, what month are we in? I want to film my July bullet journal today, because I can be listening to an audiobook while doing that. But I don't, like, I have 3 hours or something like that left of this audiobook, and I'm definitely gonna need something longer than that. So I don't know what to do. But yeah, I'm gonna finish getting ready for the day and then probably sit down and read some of Cinderella is Dead. And then, I don't know. The world is my oyster. I have no plans for the rest of the day, so we're just gonna see what happens when it happens. So yeah, I will update you in a little while. Hello. So it is 12:30, lunchtime. I just had lunch, and I just finished, what was it called? I already forgot. Out of Character by Annabeth Albert. It's definitely like a 3-star, because it was enjoyable, and it was, like, parts of it were really, really cute. It's just, I don't know. I also just, like, I feel so bad saying this, but the the narrator for Jasper's chapters was just so annoying to me. Like, his voice was just so annoying. And he narrated the last chapter, and I literally I could not. I was like, this is so hard to listen to. But that's besides the point. It was entertaining. There are just some things that I didn't like about it, and that's fine. Oh, and then also I wanted to say I don't think I ever mentioned what either Cinderella is Dead or this book is about, so I'm going to do like a brief synopsis. So Cinderella is Dead is about, so it takes place in a world where Cinderella used to, like, was an actual person, and like her story actually happened, but this takes place like 200 years after her death, and like the king kind of went a little crazy, or no, the king after the king that Cinderella was married to went a little crazy and like made it basically so where like the women in this land just had zero rights. Like they literally like were there for the pleasantries of men. That was it. Like that was it. And so every single year, or like, I don't know, they have like balls every now and again, and the of age girls get to go, and all of the men in the village, all of the single men in the village get to go and pick out their new bride. And yeah, so we follow Sophia, who is in love with her best friend Erin, and she wants to leave the village and run away and hide in the woods so that they can be together, because if like they wouldn't be allowed to otherwise. And so yeah, it's just kind of like a story based on that. Like I feel like that was kind of a crappy synopsis, but yeah. But yeah, also, wow, I'm all over the place for this update, but that's okay. I got 101 pages into Cinderella is Dead before listening to the rest of the audiobook for Out of Character. And yeah, I am getting very tired and very sleepy. And I feel like if I like sit down and try to physically read something, that is just gonna like put me right to sleep. So I think I'm gonna pick up another audiobook and then like physically do something, like move around, so that way I'm just not like sitting in one spot. Because I wanted to do my July bullet journal, but I'm afraid that if I just like sit in one spot for too long, I'm just gonna be out. So I want to do something like where I'm moving. So I think I might, I don't know, clean a section of my room because it's getting really gross. So I might do that. I don't know, and I don't know what book I'm gonna pick, so I'm gonna go figure that out, see what audiobooks I have available to me, and then pick something, and then yeah, I don't know, that's my little update for right now. Not much of an update, so sorry about that. Hello. Okay, it is 4 p.m. and I'm back with another update. So I started and finished This Is Kind of an Epic Love Story by Case and Calendar. It was fine. It was enjoyable, but I feel like the pacing was really weird. I don't know. Maybe like a 3 or 4 star for me. It was enjoyable. It's just, it wasn't like amazing, you know? But I am quite frankly exhausted out of my mind. So I'm gonna take a break and probably watch Jeannelle's new video, because her video just went up a little while ago. And I'll probably watch that and then maybe read like another 100 pages of Cinderella is Dead and then call this a day. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I'm kind of thinking I'm so tired. I really just like, yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. And obviously I'll update you with whatever I decide, you know.
I wonder, like, would life have meaning if we didn't have the means to make a mark on the world?
Hello. So it has been a couple days since the 24-hour readathon has ended, but I just wanted to come in and wrap everything up for you. So yeah, so after I updated last, I did watch Jeannelle's video, but then I did not end up reading any more of Cinderella is Dead, just because I kind of like was exhausted. I was just done, you know. So instead, for the last hour and a half of the readathon, I went swimming with my sister and mother. So it was a really good time. So I'm just gonna quickly talk about the books that I read and my thoughts and feelings on them all. The first book I read this readathon started out super strong with Darius the Great Is Not Okay by Adib Khorram. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. Absolutely adored this. I'm adding this to the list of favorite YAs of all time, potentially favorite books of all time list. Absolutely stunning. Literally so amazing. However, it did mostly discuss mental health. Like, it very briefly talked about like Darius potentially being gay. It was just very briefly touched on, although I do believe it is confirmed that he is gay, because I believe he has a boyfriend in the sequel, which I don't think is a spoiler. So yeah. But I absolutely adored this. Absolute perfection. Loved it. 10 out of 10 if I could. You know, honestly, 20 out of 10 if I could. And then the second book I read was George by Alex Gino. This was really good. I do think I kept having to like sit down and remind myself that they're 10-year-olds though, because like every now and again they would do something that's like the characters in the book, that's what they're called, every now and again they would do something that like didn't seem like something a 10-year-old would do, but then it would be like one thing and then they'd be right back to acting like 10-year-olds, and then I'd be like, well, why are they doing this, you know? But then I'd be like, oh, because they're 10, Autumn, they're 10. This is a book meant for kids around this age. It's not meant for me. So it definitely like took like a lot of reminding me that it isn't a book meant for me, and that's fine, but I still really enjoyed it and I really loved it, and I ended up giving it a 4 out of 5 stars because I thought it was really good. I just definitely don't think it was meant for me. Like, once again, it wasn't meant for my age category, and that's fine, because I know that this book isn't meant for me, so I can't be too like heavy-handed with my review, you know? I don't know. I don't know how to make that make sense, you know? It's just, it wasn't meant for me, point blank, period. But I still really enjoyed it. And if you do like middle grade, especially towards the younger end of middle grade, I really would recommend it because it's a beautiful story, and it has a beautiful takeaway, so yeah. Then the next book I read was Out of Character by Annabeth Albert, and I think this was like a 3-star. I'm kind of like not that happy with it. I don't know. It was weird. I felt like the pacing of the relationship was weird, but then also like, and okay, this is not the narrator's fault, but I just did not like the narrator for one of the two perspectives. Like, it was just so incredibly annoying to me. And I feel really bad saying that, but like, you know, it's really hard to listen to an audiobook when you don't like the narrator. So half of the time throughout the book I was like, oh my god, can this go by any quicker? And I feel so bad for saying that. It's just the way he was narrating the book is just not to my taste, you know. But I don't know. It was fine, you know. It was enjoyable, but like, you know, just that middle ground where it was like, it's pretty good, but it's just not like amazed. Like, it's just not like anything of substance, you know. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I feel like I'm being very critical right now, and I feel bad. And then the last book I read for the readathon is This Is Kind of an Epic Love Story by Kaysen Callender, and unfortunately I did not enjoy this one. I think this is also a 3-star. Okay, once again, I'm being a little too critical. It was fine. But once again, it was a little too young for me. I feel like, because because these kids were like 17, and the entire story is our main character obsessing over losing his virginity. And like, I don't know, it was weird to me reading that as a 23-year-old. I don't know, not my cup of tea, you know. Also, I felt the pacing of this book was absolutely wild. Like, it was weird to me. I did really like the characters though, and I wish I liked this more because I liked the characters so much, but I don't know, 3-star. So unfortunately for this readathon, I started out really strong and just went drastically downhill. Okay, that was like a hyperbole and a half. It wasn't that drastic, but I started out good and then ended not so good. Yeah, but it's okay because at least I finished one of the books that has been sitting on my shelves for like 2 years. I don't even know, maybe 3 years. I feel like I've had this book for forever. 2018, yeah, so it's been a long time. This book has been sitting on my shelves for a very long time, so I'm glad that I got to that. That's 3 years. But yeah, I don't know, I still, even though I didn't like absolutely love every single book I read, I still had a really enjoyable time. And I'm glad that I got to do another readathon with my friend Jeanelle. It was a lot of fun. And her video will be up Sunday, so check it out. When it goes up, I will definitely be linking it down below, but it's not up yet, so you gotta wait 2 days. But keep an eye out for her video, because I'm sure it's gonna be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy, and I hope to see you again very, very soon. I upload every Tuesdays and Fridays, and I'm trying to get back to posting on my Instagram, so I have that linked below if you want to check that. And also, I do have like full reviews, well, I will have full reviews for these books up within the next couple of days, so if you want to check out my like full thoughts and feelings, then I have my Goodreads linked below. You could check that out. Granted, the reviews might not be up for a couple of days, so just like check back if they aren't up yet, you know, just kind of like, yeah. I'm really bad at writing reviews in a timely manner, so sorry about that, but I'm trying. But yes, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, and I will see you in a new video very, very soon. Bye.